Hi guys, and welcome to Atlantic Trading's best trades of the day, MKDW, BJDX, NWTG. So, MKDW was alerted by our Atlantic Trading bot and produced moves of at least 200% from alerting us at 9:55 a.m. Eastern Time, as you can see, alongside being alerted by our advanced traders who always provide the stop loss and announce when they're selling. Everyone in our Discord made a ton of money from this, but how did it look on the charts from using the information from our trading course? So once the bot alerted this, you go straight to the charts. We always go to the 1 day time frame first to mark our support and resistances. So from our extensive trade reviews within the gold tier of Atlantic Trading, we now know to go to the 1 minute time frame. And this is because from the bot alert, it presents when the stock came into good enough volume to trade with. And as you can see from the significant read of RVOL that we know from our bot guide and volume seminar, RVOL is way better than regular volume, and it can help attain moves like this, where the new high of day alert shows us how strong the stock actually is by pushing up, creating new candle body highs. So, remain on the 1 minute time frame for 25 minutes after the Atlantic Trading bot notifies this to us, and we draw the best continuation pattern known to the stock market, the falling wedge. And I manipulate this shape to make sure it's against my closest 1 day resistance, which is 0.3. We know how many touches on each side of the falling wedge we need from mature enough consolidation to enable an entry from our extensive falling wedge seminar. And we also know the importance of breaking these two moving averages, the 200 EMA and 200 MA, helping us find an entry to, and that is from our extensive moving averages seminar. So with this information we now know, we wait for either a close above 0.30 or a 3% push up from 0.30 if it just rockets and we don't have time to enter because the Atlantic Trading bot alert is that powerful. So my entry was personally right here around 0.31 to 0.32 with a 3% push up from our resistance. This saves waiting for it to close and getting filled at 0.36. We always get in early within the Discord. I then made sure to scale my profits appropriately by using one of the 6 take profit strategies within the Atlantic Trading gold tier, and we gained over 200% on this with our runners, which is amazing. But what next for MKDW if you're in this? So zooming out to the 4-hour chart, we are still up a lot. So a 4-hour green candle close over the 200 EMA of around 0.87 should help catalyze us to our next psychological resistance of 1.5, meaning a 5x from our entry point. But if we lose this white line and reject from it before 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time when it closes, I can definitely see a drop back down to 200 MA at around 0.6. So be sure not to buy too high on this and get in early like ourselves. So now let's have a quick look at BJDX and NWTG. Repeating the same process of marking the 1 day support and resistances and using the exact same source of information from our Atlantic Trading bot alert. Some of our members were confident and up early enough to enter from this falling wedge breakout at 4:11 a.m. Eastern Time. Zooming out, you can see this one ran significantly with a temporary peak at 11:34. However, what's next on BJDX for someone like me who didn't enter? I'm still waiting for a 10 break for continuation upwards, so until we break 10, it's a no trade zone for me. And if we lose a 5-minute 60 EMA at around 6.85 for a failed Golden Cross retest, as spoken about in our Moving Averages seminar, this one will definitely come back down to where it was last week. And next, looking at NWTG, it looks like pre-market stole the show once again. Our bot alerted this one pretty early, but it's always important to wait for your criteria for entry before entering. And from our personal one-to-one coaching and Atlantic Trading, you can understand to wait for a mature falling wedge pattern to break out here against the 1 day resistance of 2.4 and scaling the profits appropriately for yet another banger. But what next on this stock? So if we turn extended hours off, if we lose support at 2.4, I can definitely see a move back down to the 200 EMA at 2.1, maybe even a wick lower to 1.9 at the 200 MA. Whereas the 1 minute green candle close breaking out of our symmetrical triangle and breaking over 3.7, we'll definitely see a continuation up towards 4.5 for another plus 20% minimum. A trade you'll have to watch if you've not already hit your daily goal. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow.